Hello everyone, my name is RyanDW11 and this is installing and using the Kakara video game. And so Kakara is a video game I've been working on with a friend for over a year now, and it's gotten to the point where you can actually play the game without having to compile it, and so that's why I'm going to show you how to install it today. So first of all, you want to open up a web browser here, and you want to navigate to, it's open right there, but Kakara.org. And for some reason, it will navigate you to the non-secure version. You can also put HTTPS here manually if you want to be secure. So this is the website here. So right now we're on the home page. This is where the updates would be posted at in the future. We just had one come out today. You can click read more and stuff. So this is where, when the game is, fully ready for public, this is where you'd be able to download the launcher and play the game without any effort. However, until then, you need to install it directly. And so here is the About menu, and this is just a little bit about the project or GitHub organization if you want to see it. And there's a support Discord, so if you have trouble doing this, you can click there. So let's get to installing. So let's go to the contributing tab here. And so this is mainly meant for people who want to contribute to the project, but until we post the official launcher here, you need to get it through here. And I'll be doing videos later on how to make mods and contribute in the future. So there are multiple branches we need. First of all, we need to start off with the engine. We need the game engine in order to play the game. So I click the little builds button down here, and it will open up this tab here. And so you have two versions, a Linux version or the Windows version. Make sure you pick the one for your operating system. Unfortunately, if you are using Mac, you need to compile it yourself from the source. We have not tested the engine on Mac yet, so hopefully it will work, but it's unknown if it would. So I have Windows, so I'm going to go ahead and download Windows. Because it's a jar file, it's the same process for Linux as it is Windows. Make sure you keep it. Takes a second to initialize, and then we're going to come back here. Alright, so the next thing we need is the game itself. That's this Kakara project here. It's a little tiny, stuffed between the engine and the core. So you go to builds here. Opens up this page again. And you want the client. The server, we don't have the server system set up yet, but you want the client here. And you will notice this little 10 next to this. That's just the build number. And this number will probably get pretty high in the future. And so the build number is not important. This will just get the latest stable version. Alright, now we got it. So now this is where things get a little more unique. We don't need the core. The core is included with the game itself. We need the launcher. And there are builds, however, they haven't been updated in a hot second, and they're for Linux only. So what we need to do is we need to go here to GitHub for now. We need to go to Actions up here. And now you will see two options, Windows and Rust. Rust is actually the Linux version, and it's a little bad naming. We will probably rename that in the future, and then we have Windows for Windows. Okay, and now you want to click the uppermost one, and make sure it's for the master branch, so you probably want to do sort by master. There, that way you download the latest stable version and not some developer version. Alright, now you see this K-Launcher thing here. It's 9.92 megabytes. So when you click it, you're going to notice something. It goes to a 404 page. And this is because you have to be logged in. So this is something that GitHub recently changed. So if you don't have an account, you will need to either make one or clone it yourself and compile it. But it's just, it's pretty easy to make one, and in the future we will have a download link directly in the get started area. I already have it downloaded, so I don't need it. So yes, now we need to get the final thing we need, which is K-Vanilla. This is the actual mod for the game. This is what comes with the base content, and so we need it to play the game. So you click on it, and once again you go to Actions. This one here, there are not different versions for the operating system. It's all the same one for the operating, no matter what operating system you have. Once again, make sure you go into master. If you need to type it, you can. And you do that by just clicking this little branch thing here. And you go here, up the top one, and once again you go here and download it. And once again, you will need an account. Basically, what you will see, both of the GitHub ones would download zip files. That's just the way GitHub Actions work. And so now you are done with this. I recommend checking out the launcher GitHub here and going to the wiki and viewing the configuring K launcher here. That's what will give you some important information. I'm going to cover the Windows version, but if you're in Linux, it describes how to do it here. Alright, so let's get started. Minimize that. So I'm going to be doing it on my desktop. Do it wherever you want. And so I'm going to do a new folder and call it Kakara here. And this is where I'm going to keep my instance of the game. At least for this tutorial. And so you can see there it's empty. That's good. So before we do anything here, let's go ahead and set up our environment. So, but we're going to do that by doing Windows key R. That opens up the run menu up here. And you want to type in %appdata%. If you know this is the same place as the Minecraft data, you can see it opens up right here. And so you got so you got Kakara up here. I already have mine, but what you need to do is you need to right click new folder and then call it .kakara. I'm going to go ahead and open that. And I apologize for the blowing out here, but there's some information here. Alright, and then now you want to do right-click, new text document, settings, .yaml, hit enter. And by the way, you might need to turn on file extensions to name it. So we're going to go ahead and open this new file here, and you want to type in the following. C program, so this here is the location to my Java, and this here is the launcher argument. So you can change what Java version this runs. And if you want to include any launcher arguments for any reason, you can do that by just doing that. And whatever arguments you want to put there. But I'll keep it like that, and for most of you, you should keep it like that too. Okay, so one thing we need is this version of Java here, and I already have mine. If you know where your Java is located, you can just put it in and skip forward. But if you do not know, I'm going to go ahead and go back here. I'm going to open a new window. Like that. And then I'm going to this PC. And then I'm going to go to my local disk. And then you want to go to Program Files. And then you want to go to Java. And as you can see here, I have many versions of Java. I have Java 8 and Java 11 installed. I use Java 11. Open that. Go to the bin folder. And copy it. Go back, open the text file. And paste it in. And make sure to have this -java at the end. Alright, and then that is the Kakara folder set up, so you can minimize both of these now. Or remove them. There. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to open up a downloads folder, which I have here. Move that up. And we need to start putting stuff in here. So we need to take our engine and move it in there, our client and move it in there. And now we have 2 zip files. So first, we're going to start with the launcher. Now, if you notice, this is not a jar file, it's an exe file. And so, there's nothing extra special you have to do with it, just extract it. Opens up this, and move the exe file into that folder, and close out of that. Same thing with Kvanilla, extract it. You want the -all here, put it in there, close out of it, close out of it. Okay, so now you want to open up this folder. And you see we have all the jar files in here, or 3 jar files in our exe. We are not done yet. We need to activate developer mode and install the mod. The reason why we need to activate developer mode is this is still a developer build, we're still prototyping, which is why we have to do this setup process in the first place. And so to enable developer mode is actually pretty simple. New folder test, open it up, new text document, setting test.yaml. Yes. Open it up, and this is going to be just like the other one, launcher, and then arguments, and you want to put that. So this is what you want here. No, don't put the Java here. So you can also do custom arguments in this one here, and this is probably the best place to put your custom arguments if you want them. A little bit of a note that I forgot to mention. This is 2 spaces. They need to be spaces, not tabs. So 1, 2, 2 spaces, no, not tabs. And there. Now we can close out of it. And now we need to install our mod, so we make a new folder still in the test called mod. There needs to be an S there. Mods. There. And now this is our mod, Kvanilla. We put it in the test folder. And then we put it in the mods folder. There we go. Now we have everything we need. So now you cannot double click this yet. In the future you will be able to. But currently you cannot. So you go into command prompt. And you do not need admin. And so go there. Go there. Okay. So what we need to do is we want to type in, go to the desktop. And then we want to go to the Kakara folder we set up. Okay, and now we just type klauncher. And as you can see, it came up with the following. Error, the following required arguments were not provided. Working directory in game. Usage, and it shows you the example usage. And you can type help for help. And you can look at everything here. You can type klauncher version, and you can look at the version here. Kakara game launcher 1.0 support, snapshot, I mean. So let's go ahead and launch the game. So we can do that by doing Kakara launcher, and then we want to do -- working _dir. This is the working directory, or the directory which all your files are in. Since we are in the same directory that our jar files here are in, I'm just going to put dot. That just means use the current directory. And then we have the engine. So you see here the engine. So if you just start typing engine and then type tab, and it auto-populates with my Windows here. If you have Linux, use Linux. And then you want to do the game. Now we tell it what game. That's the client jar up here. So we just start typing client. Press tab. It auto-completes. And we hit the enter button. Alright, now let's go back here and look at the terminal. As you can see, it started up. There we go. And you can see some of this data here. This is the debug mode. Once again, since we are in debug mode, you can see that debug messages do display. That's useful if you want to see debug information of the game. I'm going to place that to the side here. So now here's the game itself. Multiplayer is not added in yet. As you can see, it says coming soon TM in the console. So that's coming soon. So is the settings gear. But let's play the game. So let's get single player. You can see the console quickly gets spammed. And now it takes a second for the chunks to load in. So while that happens, we can look at the console again. And you can see all the debug information that it does. Alright. And then this is the game here. WASD to move around. You can move around with the mouse. Press T to type, and you can do like hello. You can also do commands like status. Shows you the status here. You can do F3. Shows you the FPS. The version seems to be a little broken. The FPS should be limited to approximately 60. Or 70, I bumped it up to 70. So it's doing a pretty good job. You can see it's staying at a constant 71. So hopefully it should be around 70 for you too. Or 60, either one is acceptable. And then right now we don't have any gravity. You can do shift to go down. And if you want to enable gravity, you can just push the G button and you fall down. Now you can see the little outline on the block. So just click, break the block, and it works. You have these blocks in your inventory now. Now, I will warn you that this version, at least the version I am on, is slightly glitchy. If you place blocks, as you can see, the number does not go down, and it can be a little glitchy when picking them back up too. I think I just realized what the glitch was, so I'll make sure to fix that after recording this, or attempt to fix. And so, yes, and it is infinite terrain. You can move around. You might see a few terrain glitches, but that's okay. You can build in kinds of fun stuff. The collision, you can place blocks at your feet, and when you do, you just go to the side. You get jumped out of the block. You can also spam spacebar to fly. And that's Kakara. This is the game. It's very experimental. We spent the past few months just getting to the point where we could actually do this with the launcher. That's why you don't see many visual changes from my previous videos in October. So we've just been rewriting the backend, reprogramming, trying to get things ready for big feature updates. And so we're getting close to the point where major feature updates are underway. I believe there was a command like test inventory. Yeah, there is. So you can see there's a little inventory test here. You can't interact with it or anything. It's just a test. And you can test inventory. Well, the sprite doesn't disappear. And so yes, the builds, you likely have build updates almost every day. So I'm on version build 10. I mean, when you try this, it could be build 100. So what you see here is not necessarily what you're going to see when you launch the game. And you can resume the game or you can quit it. And here I am back at the main title screen. And there's actually a glitch you can't play again. But that will be fixed in the next build. Our next build will be the bug fix build. And that's that. We can see here some things to note about Kakara before I end the video. This does hook into Discord, so if you have it enabled on Discord to display what game you're playing, this does work. It will display it, and so that's very cool. And I'm going to show off the file here. So you'll see this Discord YML file. This file is only present when the game is open. Once you close the game, it will close out. And I'm going to look through the folders here. You got client folders, logs, And this tells you everything that occurred in the console, including the error here, which I can go back and look at. And resources, that's images. Settings is empty for now. Test is what we made before. And this is your save. We have the test save here with all of our chunks saved. And yeah. So on this version, there was a glitch where you can't hit the X button either, so you need to do Control C, and that terminates it. And as you can see, the disco.yml file disappeared. And then when I go ahead and do this again, it does save, so you can hit single player. Now it takes significantly longer to load the chunks. There were about 2,000. So think of this as like a progress bar. We will try to improve the speed as we go. So as you can see, the progress bar is going up, about halfway done. There's no need to skip, it doesn't take that long. If it gets stuck, that means your word got corrupted somehow, and you just need to delete the word file, or the test save file. There we go. The game started. It loaded all of our chunks. I don't know if I built it. Yeah, there it is. You can see my build right there. The thing I made. Alright, now it's done loading. So yeah, it works. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye.